Hey y'all, so let's get right into these gumbo collard greens. Unfortunately, I didn't record cleaning the greens, but you can see them on a previous video. Let's get right into it. I started with my Holy Trinity, which is 3 celery stalks. I went ahead and just cut the tips off of the celery before I sliced them down. Like I kind of like cut the tips off and then I sliced them in threes. That's an easy way for me to get them diced up pretty well, unless you want chunks. Now, if you want chunks, you can go ahead and just start dicing them just like this. But I slice mine in threes first, and then I go ahead and chop them. And you definitely want to make sure you wash your celery very well as well. We're going to wash everything. You'll see this continuously, me just washing everything. As far as the greens, you can go over on Instagram or previous videos and watch how I clean my greens. I remove the stem, then I roll them and cut them in slices as well, and then chop them up. So those are over in the sink soaking some more because I do that many times. Next, I grab my green bell pepper. I simply just pop out the middle of the bell pepper and break it open and start to slice and dice this as well. Get rid of the middle. Some people say that the seeds add flavor. I don't know. I normally just rinse them all out. You see here, there's like 2 or 3 seeds left, but that's no biggie. We're going to go ahead and continue to slice and dice these bell peppers. Now, y'all, I'm not a chef, so I just love cooking in the kitchen. I enjoy cooking, so I don't want to hear nothing about these peppers getting diced. I didn't cut nobody, and I didn't cut myself. No one was harmed. However, we are going to work on a different angle because I noticed that my hand is in the way a lot. However, you can see exactly how it's going down. Next, we grab a white onion, peeled all the skin off the onion, and just went ahead and sliced and diced this. However you slice an onion, I cut a few slits after cutting it in half. Then I diced it up. Real simple, real easy. I used a whole onion here, and I added that to my bowl. I also minced 4 garlic cloves. I noticed while editing this video that the garlic cloves were not in the video as well. Like, I don't know. I'm really a one-man band, y'all, so I'm recording on 3 different devices, 3 different angles, and I'm trying out a new angle, figuring things out here. So we're going to work with me and offer me some grace, okay? So next I grab my smoked turkey sausage. I removed it from the package, and then I rinsed these as well. I simply do a lot of washing and rinsing and cleaning throughout the whole process of me cooking. Once I chopped up my turkey sausage, I grabbed a bowl and set those to the side. And then I grabbed just 1 chicken breast. I cleaned it. I cleaned my meat, my chicken in vinegar and water and lemon or lime, sometimes both. Today I used lemon and vinegar and water with soaking this chicken breast. Then I cleaned the fat off of it, trim the fat, and then I kind of like split it in half before cutting it in strips and then cubing the chicken breast as well. Once I get my chicken breast all cut up, I also run it through another rinse process. So you will see that's why my videos require so much editing, because I do a lot of washing and rinsing of my station, my meat, my produce, and my hands continuously throughout cooking, as you should as well. So once I removed the chicken from the cutting board, I put that in a bowl and set it to the side, and then I rinsed it again and cleaned my station. Next, we're going to season the chicken. I seasoned the chicken with my soul seasoning and Cajun seasoning. You can click the link and purchase that in my bio. It ships next day. I also used smoked paprika, some onion powder, and some complete seasoning. I realized I was out of garlic powder, like diabolical, right? So I just used complete seasoning. I grabbed my Dutch oven on medium-high heat, added in about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I added in my smoked sausage first. I gave those a really good sear. I like them to be pretty brown, so you're just going to keep mixing them and mixing them until they get brown. You should let your oil heat first before adding in your meat. I realized that I did not, so we're just going to carry on and keep searing this sausage until it becomes your desired doneness. Is that a word? Well, I like mine pretty done, pretty brown. I normally would go for a little bit more burnt than this, but we are going to stop here, remove it, cook yours exactly like you like yours, however you like your meat, So here we go. Next, so we're going to remove all of the sausage. This is smoked turkey sausage. You can use whatever kind of sausage you like. A lot of people use andouille. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to add my chicken directly back into the pot. I'm using a Dutch oven, as I said before. I'm going to just let this chicken chill. Like, I'm not going to keep turning it and mixing it. I want to get a good sear on both sides. So once I get a good sear on one side, I go ahead and mix that and get a sear on the other side. And then we're going to remove the chicken from our pot as well. Now, we're getting into the crazy part, y'all. Making a roux is a lot of wrist and whisk work. Grab your wire whisk, 1 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So I had to cut the volume here because this is when I turn my music on. So for the audio, I had to go ahead and just cut the volume so you can't hear the sizzle of the pan anymore, simply because I was in my kitchen jamming. No matter what, make it fun. Have fun in the kitchen however you need to. Go ahead and pour you a glass of wine because this roux is going to take some time. You are on a medium high heat, more like a medium high around here. And you're just slowly whisking in that flour until you get it all incorporated, and you're going to whisk. Now, it depends on how dark you like your roux. I like my roux pretty dark when making gumbo. So you just have to continue to do this. I think right now at this point we were already on at 20 minutes and we just got a nice little caramel like me, but I like it to be black, like probably even blacker than this, to be honest. But I think we stopped about right here, and then we added in our holy trinity, which is the celery, green peppers, and onions that we chopped up earlier. Mix that very well in your roux. You're going to let that mix for about 5 minutes. Next, you're going to add in that minced garlic that we didn't chop on camera, but we definitely used real fresh garlic, not garlic. We used fresh garlic. All of this is from scratch. The roux is from scratch. So you may as well go ahead and chop up garlic if you went ahead and took that much time to make a roux, to make your gumbo. You may as well go ahead and chop that garlic up too. Mince it as fine as you can. As you see, mine could have been minced a little bit finer, but I had to hurry up and chop it because I didn't get to it when I was supposed to. So next, we're going to add in a full container of chicken broth. Now, add the whole container. You can use water if you like, but I use chicken broth. I use chicken broth for my greens. I use chicken broth for almost everything that requires liquid over water. It just adds more flavor. And then I also go in with a teaspoon of chicken bouillon because, the flour from the roux, it just needs a little bit more flavor. Although we're cooking, we're just adding flavors in layers. That's how I do it all the time when you watch me cook. So next, we're going to make sure that it's all mixed very well, and then we're going to add in our greens. Add your greens in. If you didn't previously blanch them like I normally do when I cook my collard greens, but this is a collard green gumbo, so I did it a little different this time. I normally blanch my greens and I normally cook my smoked meat first for a while before adding in the greens. But with this collard green Cajun gumbo, I added in my greens right to the liquid of the roux, and also some soul seasoning, Cajun seasoning, and I added in a little bit of accent. You can omit the accent if you don't want it. be my guest. But I always add a little bit of accent to my greens. That's my little trickery there. And it works. It works for me. It works for my family. These greens are bussin'. Trust me. Well, this gumbo with greens added. We're not making greens, we're making gumbo. You also can add in a teaspoon of gumbo fowl or filet or however that's supposed to be said, but you know exactly what I mean. Next, you're going to add in your smoked meat and stuff that down in there. I add a little bit of hot sauce as well with my gumbo, and I also added in 2 little teaspoons of butter. And I just mix that well, get it all down up in there because we're about to simmer for about 2 hours on low. We're going to simmer until that meat falls off the bone. Now, if you don't like hot sauce, but remember we're doing our gumbo a little bit more Cajun for these gumbo greens. So the Cajun flavor from our club kitchen seasoning and the hot sauce, it all works. Trust me. Now you're going to cover it and simmer on low. And this is what you get. Look at this, y'all. It looks perfect. You're going to remove the bones from your smoked meat. Be careful because it will be hot. So remove the bones. And I also go in and remove any skin or just big unedible parts. It may not be unedible to most, but I remove the skin. Go ahead and remove the rest of that meat off the skin and add the meat back into your pot and give it a good mix. Now we're going to mix all of our meat back in, which is our smoked sausage, our chicken, and we're also going to add shrimp. At this point, you can add whatever seafood you like, but I just added in about a half a pound of shrimp, gave it a good mix, and then I covered again for about 5 minutes. Once the shrimp was done, I took it out and I began to plate. While your gumbo is simmering, you want to go ahead and make your cornbread and your rice. If you want to add that, you can serve it with a cup of rice and a nice good slice of honey cornbread. If you have my Holiday Heart ebook, then you have the best recipe for some good old honey butter cornbread. Now make sure you clean that bowl off and enjoy. And this is how I went down the club kitchen. Hey y'all. So what do you call a regular old Taco Tuesday in your house? I have heard so many different names of what people call a regular old taco. I layer mine up with cheese, refried beans, my ground turkey mixture, sour cream. Then I add my lettuce. I like romaine lettuce, even though I know a lot of people like to use iceberg. For a taco, you can use iceberg too. Then I add my tomatoes and white onions, more cheese, of course, because y'all know I love it there, cilantro, and some regular old taco sauce. It's just a simple taco, y'all. But what do you call it? It's messy for sure. I fry my tortillas. I use a corn tortilla, a white corn tortilla, and I fry them up. And that's how it goes down in Club Kitchen.